Hello, 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 friends. Nicholas here with DIVO, TED Talks, Devoted Talks. And I am grateful to be chatting and processing some of the heavier things that I am dealing with right now. A friend of mine is dying, and it's terminal. And I mean, there is a possibility that he could miraculously turn around, but I'm not certain. The color of his skin from jaundice is not a color that looks very healthy. But stranger things have happened, I'm sure. So, but it got me to thinking too, like, and I've talked about this before, but it hasn't been as clear in my mind what that is. Like, things come to us and inspire ideas, inspire reactions, inspire actions, inspire all kinds of things. And that lately, even the hardest ones, the most challenging ones, including, juggling money for a brand new studio and juggling a studio during the holiday season and juggling a personal life when it's just me running the entire show and having certain ideals and certain preferences in running my studio a certain way in spite of how much work and energy and time that it takes. That these challenges have caused me to look at things differently and to evaluate things that I was flippantly just accepting as, well, I'm going to pay for that and I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm going to pay for that and do it. And I did those things with, an earnest intention. And now certain things happened that caused me to stop and reflect more. And in those reflections, I started to notice how they could change, but it was me inhibiting them being changed sooner. But I needed the details and the data to know fully what was happening so that I could choose differently or choose appropriately for the next step. And so there are some things that I had to let slip back and some decisions I had to make about, pay or cost or all the above. And one of those things was, wow, I am busting my butt to pay bills for things that I don't really need to have right now. Like, they're nice and I can literally see into the future what the value may be. But as an idealist or an ideal, and it's not manifesting right now, then the truth of the matter is that it's draining the bank account instead of filling my bank account. And the way people will push back, well, if you have this thing, then it's going to make you more and you need this more now. And I'm like, yes, I do believe that I need it, but I don't think I need it right now. And I don't think that it's going to make any difference or more of a difference than it has for the last year as it exists now. And so in a change, maybe it will. And so it's kind of vague, but also not very vague at all, right? Like, it goes back to, well, if you haven't done A, B, C, or D in the last year, then what is to say that keeping it the same will do anything in the future or the near future? And the answer is there isn't any indication. And so changing that relationship, regardless of how you get there, right? Sometimes the universe has to intercede and help you make that decision. This is what I've been talking about from the beginning. In that intercession, it is having you experience things that then make you see or evaluate differently so that you can head towards the destination that you're looking for. It's like a gyroscope on a ship or an aircraft that shows you the north no matter what kind of forces are acting upon it. And so the universe, in its gyroscopic, I mean, it's a freaking sphere spinning through space. So I mean, in and of itself, like, it is that, right? But the universe is more than just our planet and more than just our solar system and more than just our galaxy. And so that gyroscopic nature is holographic. It is concurrent and inherent, to quote Dr. Lad, my teacher. Namaste. I I just got excited. Like, I don't know, I just tapped into something. And so feeling bad and feeling down is okay. Staying there is when things start to go awry. And so half of the trouble in getting down and then we stay down is that we don't know what to do for ourselves in those moments. That's where Ayurveda and yoga come through. It's not even that those things make you better, it's that you are able to scrub away the grime and the gunk and be able to perceive and receive the answer or the solution in any given moment. And so consistency is what we've talked about a lot in the many months that, I've been recording as of late. And it's the truth. Like, the more consistent you are, the more stable you're going to be. And in that stability, there isn't a lot of shift and change, and you're buffered gyroscopically to keep heading in the right direction. And that may include certain things being chopped off or removed for you, right? And I've heard people say, well, if you don't do it for yourself, the universe will do it for you. And yes, you could perceive it that way. Or maybe this was the way that it was supposed to happen all along, so that other people can have the same, or can have their experiences in relation to you, right? It's not just our experiences that are being coordinated and manifested. Everybody's everywhere, including all of the objects that exist in the world simultaneously. And I mean, not just the world, the universe, simultaneously. All is happening for all the things. And these movements are based upon the path of least resistance, period, and expansion. But the path of least resistance, period. And so what yoga and Ayurveda does is it either remedies things that are limiting that ability or keeping us in a buffered position so that we can continue no matter what is going on around us. Because sometimes all the other manifestations going on around us that we are a match to will come at us and they will stick to us and we will have them just like everybody else will. And so, in my opinion, it becomes less about what that person is doing to me and what we are manifesting and co-creating together. Yeah, and that sounds great, right? My last episode, I talked about how spiritually bypassed I was. So I understand and I can coordinate and bring forth these truths and bring forth these ideas, but that doesn't mean that I live them or always understand them. But my life experience informs the translation of the download or the translation of the spiritual information that I'm bringing forth. And so it's like a decoder ring, but sometimes I have to have experiences to get new pieces to my decoder ring. So what do you need to know? If you don't practice yoga and Ayurveda, actually, you probably do and just don't realize that's what you're doing. Find general information and you may actually start to notice, oh, I do some of those things already. I'm all about empowerment. You're already doing yoga to a degree and you're already doing Ayurveda to a degree. You just aren't aware that that's what you're doing. When I went to Ayurveda school, I was like, oh my gosh, I get this way more than I thought I did. And the more I could let go of absolutism and only one way-ism, which I didn't really have that anyway as compared to some of my classmates, the more I was able to just embody it. So my friends, I deeply, deeply appreciate you, and I want no more than for you to be well and be free.